Drink this, pour this in your cup. You sippin' like we go hard, we gon' pour you up. Drink this, pour this in your cup. You sippin' like we go hard, we gon' pour you up.
Different Santana putting on for the go. Classic episodes, they should call us bandana. Woo. Never going out of style, never going on sale. Swaggin' on you hype beats in pajamas. Radio killers, you stream red carpet on camera. But we still hold it down for the homies on the come up. Put the guns down, y'all lift the love up. A lot of hosts only show love when you hot. We the coldest peep game from the warm up. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sorry, you ain't got it like us. Been a boy since day one, ain't gotta do too much. Vibes speak for theyself, ain't gotta pro too much. On your chillest day, still ain't cool as us. The streets stay buzzing and celebrities bugging. Tuesdays at 7, getting choned with
Drink this, drink.
Welcome back to the show, people.
Yes. Drink This Radio.
Back with episode number 8. Number ocho for you Hispanic listeners. Number ocho. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting. And we ain't really got no comments. But thanks for liking and all that good stuff. Actually, we do got comments on Instagram.
Yeah. Our Instagram be going crazy. People be going in on each other.
Mm-hmm. All the tags and everything. So, as you guys, today we have you all covered with only one. I'm going to give you one headline today because it just took over the weekend. One Lucious headline and some juicy hot topics about Rihanna, Ariana Grande, Big Sean, and a whole bunch more.
Yes. So, later in the show, we're going to have an exclusive interview with one of the stars of the film Blackbird, which hits theaters this Friday, April 24th.
Yep. And it's the one and only Gary Gray. Whoop, whoop. Put your hands in the air. That's what's up.
And our feature artist for the day is going to be R&B singer and songwriter Lenny Harold with music from his upcoming album, New Testament.
All that and more. Now get ready to drink this. Alright, so before we get into all the good stuff, how was your week?
It was pretty cool. You know, I'm really excited for May 4th because Jackie is going to be released. I got even more excited because she was at Coachella. Cece was performing with Rehab. You know, so I'm just really getting excited, you know, for the release of this album. And also I'm excited for this Friday because Blackbird comes out and I wanted to see this film. So, you know, I think it's going to be a pretty good week.
Your girl is on her grind. I have to give it to her. I give it to her props this time around. Congratulations, Sissy. Bitch is going to Coachella. Bitch is going on tour. Bitch has got an album. No pushback. No hate. No failed singles. Yes.
What about you? How was your week?
You know, my week was awesome because what did I do? Spent it playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so how do you like it?
I love it. The game, like I played this one more than I played the Mortal Kombat 9, the last one that came out in 2011. Like I played that for like 3 days and I was over it. But this one, the story's great, the graphics are great, the fatalities are nasty. The brutalities are nasty. I figured out how to do those.
Yeah.
I've been going strong
That's
with
one
them.
thing I could never figure out in Mortal Kombat. I can do fatalities, but brutalities, I'm like, how do I do it? What buttons do I need to press?
Like they got the command list, you got to meet certain criteria to pull them off and all that stuff. But this, you know, the game was fun, and it was apparently their biggest Mortal Kombat video game launch in all time.
Yeah, I think so too because it's been a while since the Mortal Kombat game has been out. So, you know, a lot of people have been anticipating it. And then when we saw the trailer last year, the graphics just looked great.
And that's exactly what the game looks like. The swinging off the trees and everything, like all that's gameplay.
Yeah,
so it was good. That was that. I watched I saw Interstellar 2 days ago. I watched that.
Interstellar.
That's the movie about space travel. You know I'm a space junkie.
Wait, is that the one that copied off of Gravity?
Right. Well, I saw Gravity too. I won't say they copied, but they're around the same type of movie. Like Gravity. In Gravity, they were like stuck in space.
Right.
Well, I guess it's the same concept. I guess because they were stuck in space in Interstellar too. At one point, they were stuck in space. But the movie was interesting. Like, it just opened my mind's been open, but it just makes you think about, you know, is there another life out there? Not even out there, but like, okay, the premise of the movie was the father and his daughter or whatever was reading Morse code, like the 010101s, and this girl in her room, it was coming through a bookshelf, so books were falling off her shelf, and she was, you know, getting the numbers from that. But, you know, she thought it was a ghost, but it was her father from the future. And he didn't even know it. Like, he's standing here watching the books fall, but it's him from the future popping these books off the shelf, sending them a message, telling them not to go into space.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, it happened and when they went anyway. But, I don't know, it just makes you think, is there, like, if there's, like, a force somewhere here right now, us watching, you know, how you have deja vu and all that stuff, that, like, it's a part of that, supposedly. Like, it's weird. It was so weird. But I was like, you know, it just makes you wonder if something like that could really exist.
Yeah.
And I believe it does. But other than that, my week was awesome. Work is going good. Life is great. Car's still running good.
There you go.
Getting money. But yeah, so you guys, now we got to move on to the headline.
Woo!
The one headline. So not multiple. So we just got one.
Yeah.
And who is it about?
Of course, it's none other than your favorite family, the Kardashians / Jenners. The Kylie Jenner Challenge.
The Kylie Jenner Challenge. Now, if you don't know, there's been videos and pictures going around over the internet. People distorting their lips using suction cups or suction glasses or shot glasses or whatever. But they will use this glass and suck it till it can't be sucked no more. That sounds so nasty. Suck it till it can't be sucked no more, and they will hold it on their lips for about a good maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and it makes their lips swell. And they will pop off the glass, and they have these big, stupid, humongous, balloon-looking lips. And they're calling it the Kylie Jenner Challenge. Only she didn't do hers that way. She wouldn't have got it done. Right. So it's been taking over the internet, and everybody and their mother, the kids, moms, I've seen grown ladies doing it. Everybody is doing it. And it's getting to the point where it's getting bizarre because one man was injured. He literally cut through his upper lip with the glass from sucking through the glass so hard. It shattered and it's popped and split his lip open.
I mean, just how dumb can people be? I mean, why? First of all, why is this a challenge? Why? I just don't get. I feel like this generation is like the dumbest generation of all generations. They just do something each week that I'm just like, really? This is the future. These are our doctors. Is our future leaders of the world. And it's scary because I'm like, why are you even doing this? Like, what do you get out of this? Nothing.
Big lips.
Big lips. For
a few seconds. But I was just like, And I saw a few black people try it. Yeah. Our lips are already big. And they're just making them bigger. Yeah. Like, ridiculous. But I was waiting to see if Kylie would respond, but
she probably won't.
Yeah,
she's probably like, what?
Just clueless, oblivious.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, but I just think people just got to do something better with your time. Come up with a better challenge. Like, if you're gonna do challenges, make it more entertaining. Like, this whole lip challenge is like, it's stupid.
It's dumb. Just like the Jenners.
Oh, I'm not gonna battle you this week. So, we're going to go into our first song break of the day. Mm-hmm. This is You by Lenny Harold, and we'll be right back.
I mean, I'm saying everything vivid with you. Can't believe that I'm even here with you. Right here, right now. Never saw this coming around. Yeah. You walk in the room, I lose my cool. Baby, it's just like you know what to do. Yeah, that keeps me tripping. Got my record skipping, jonesing like Love Jones. Write the love poems, it's you. I wonder what you crave in the middle of the night. Do you crave me, baby? Do you crave me, baby? Cause I know I want you. I want you, baby. Don't keep me from you, keep me from you. I want you, baby. Baby. I take my time, treading lightly, making sure I keep my chance with you. Girl, it's complicated when I don't really know what's the truth. You say you want more of that, but your feelings hold back. Excuse on excuse. Girl, why you do that? Girl, what's in your heart? We can build off pulled off that. I wonder what you crave in the middle of the night. Do you crave me, baby? Do you crave me, baby? Yeah. 'Cause I know what I want, and I want you. I want you, baby. I want you, baby. Don't keep me from you, keep me from you. I want you, baby. Baby, it's okay to fall. The world don't even matter at all. No. Baby, it's okay to fall. The world don't even matter at all. No. 'Cause I know what I want and I want you.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yes, that was Lenny Harold.
Yep, from his upcoming album, New Testament. Keep an eye out for that. So first, you guys, on our hot topics list, we finna talk about Miss Ariana Grande and Big Sean. They broke up.
Aww.
Yeah, they split.
Whatever.
And I don't know why this was such big news. I guess news was so slow during the week that they just made this bigger than what it should have been. So apparently, you know, the couple split because of their conflicting tour schedules. I'm like, what Big Sean touring at?
That's what I wanted to know. That's why I was like,
what are you doing? I know Ariana's on world tours, embarking France and Egypt and all that stuff. But Big Sean, what are you doing? You could be right there by her side, watching her tour.
I thought that
from the
they
audience.
weren't they supposed to be touring together?
Maybe he was going to be supporting her tour.
Oh.
I don't know.
But you know what I'm saying? I thought that they were. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about another couple. But I mean, I just feel like that. First of all, they did the most with the statement that they released to who was it, US Weekly or US Magazine?
Us Weekly.
And it's like, don't nobody care about this little bogus statement. Like they act like a family member passed away, and they like wrote like, we asked for the privacy and the blessings and like what? Like no, y'all broke up. Okay, and no one thought that y'all was, well, you know, I thought that they actually were gonna make it a nice little while. Because she's just so whatever, and he just, I don't know, I just something weird about them. I feel like deep down inside that Big Sean is G-A-Y. But
for those of you who can't spell,
I don't know why I get that vibe from him. I don't know. I don't know. It's something weird about him.
And no, I get that vibe when I hear "I don't fuck with you." This is how he said, I don't give a fuck. That just sounds so like gay to me. It does sound like a, you know, it sounds so like feminine. It does, like I don't give a fuck. I don't give And I'm like, you're too grown to be sounding like that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He just, because first it was Naya, now it's Ariana.
Well, at least they didn't end on bad terms like Naya. He had a whole hit song about her.
Yeah, Naya she was crazy. But we all knew she was a little Looney Tunes anyway.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're gonna get back together. Cause first of all, I feel like this is a dumbass reason to break up. That's how I feel. Cause y'all have money. Y'all don't tour the same exact schedule the whole entire rest of the year. Y'all can book flights. Y'all can go see each other. I mean, you know, I just feel like it's just dumb because what if she was just a normal chick, you know, waiting at the house, and he was on this world tour? They would still be together. He would just be touring. So I just feel like it was just a bogus excuse.
And people do it, like Will and Jada.
Yeah,
he'd be in Australia filming while she's back at home taking care of family, taking care of the kids. They ain't going to get no divorce or nothing.
Right. Or when they were filming The Karate Kid, and Will Smith was flying from China all the way back to California each week to go see his son play football. So I just feel like if you really want to make time for anything, you can always make time for it.
And make it work.
Make it work. You just have to want to do it, because you can do it. Anything is possible.
She's just a little girl. She's a little child messing with a grown ass man.
Well, wait, did you see the little memes that they posted? And it was like, Big Sean packed up all her shit, and they had like Fisher Price toys in a wagon and stuff. It was so funny. I'm like, they so bogus.
Because she will always be that little girl in Nickelodeon to me.
Man,
until she gets an adult face. She still has this kid face. And you know I like Ariana, but I didn't really care for their relationship. I just felt like he's a pedophile, just like Tyga. That's another story.
But she's actually of age.
She
just doesn't look
She
it.
really doesn't. Like I cannot see like if I were to see her like in a like posing in a bikini in a swimsuit, I would have to look the other way. I would feel like so pedophile-ish watching her. I would.
Yeah, she don't have that Kylie Jenner body. Cause Kylie, even though she's young, she has like a grown woman's body.
That she paid for.
Whether she paid for it or not, I'm just saying.
That's why Tyga getting that.
Right.
Like this is some Kim Kardashian. I want to be Kim Kardashian.
Cause I think she uploaded a picture over the weekend on Instagram, and she had like this bikini top and bottoms, and I'm like,
who? Kylie?
This is Kylie? I was like, wow. I said, look at her body.
She filling out them bikinis.
Yeah. So I think that Big Sean and Ariana Large will get back together. I think they're gonna eventually get back together. I just think it's a little break, which is why I feel like they shouldn't have released a statement. They should have just broke up, since they still on good terms, because they still were tweeting like "I love you" more than anything and all that. I just feel like they could have just went on a break, and then they could have came back once the touring was over. But I mean, and then there's another reason why I think this dumb. It's not like this your last tour of your career. You gonna keep touring forever. Mm-hmm. So your touring schedule is always gonna conflict.
Mm-hmm. I think it was one of them that had an issue with the touring schedule. I don't think both did. That's just how I feel. I can't see both of them feeling the exact same way. I think it was one of them feeling that way in their feelings, like, oh, I'll never get to see you.
Yeah, because I'm like, y'all both at the height of y'all career. Y'all both are gonna be touring for a nice little while for the next couple of years. So I don't understand why that was the reason to break up, but whatever.
Yeah. Anywho,
moving on to another update.
Pressing on.
Bobbi Kristina.
Yes.
So Bobby Brown was recently on stage, and during his speech, he said that his baby is awake. And Sissy Houston reported that she has irreversible brain damage, even though she is awoke, which is just so sad.
It is sad, and it just makes you wonder. Like. I wouldn't call him a liar because he said my baby is awake. So like, meaning from reading the report, she's not in a coma anymore. She's out of the coma, and they said that there's minimum movement, like eye blinking and eye twitching and things like that. So that could be in his mind. Okay, she's some form of awake, not that she's up and sitting up and chatting with everybody. That's what it made it seem like. So you had the crowd going here, had everybody cheering, and Sissy came and just shut all the reports down. She's like, no, she's not awake. There's minimum brain activity. There's irreversible brain damage, and they're just hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he was just more emotional. He just felt like that little bit of something that she had was a sign that she was awake to him. Like, so I see where he was coming from. Sissy, she bogus for just going and slamming everything down like that. It's like, it seemed like she's just a little bit negative to me. Like, she not really embracing the hope,
like she claimed to be.
Yeah,
she wants a miracle, but like she didn't have to. She just came and just shut it all the way down.
Yeah, I just feel like she just over it. I feel like after Whitney and then now Bobbi, Kristina, I just feel like she just over it. She's just like, you know what? Let's just keep the train going.
She's probably numb to it.
Yeah,
but we just hoping that the girl pulls through. Maybe she'll wake up out of the.
Yeah, I hope she does.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
But I always wonder, like, are they like thinking in their, like, even though they can't like talk or speak and all that stuff, but I wonder in their mind, like, are they like thinking stuff? Or can they like?
I believe so, because I remember I read a story actually a few weeks ago of a wife who was by her husband's side. He was in a coma for 9 years, and he woke up and he was telling her some of the stuff that she told him while he was in his coma.
Oh wow! So
like he repeated things that she said. Like, she'd never leave your side, she'd always be here for you, and blah blah blah. And he repeated that stuff back to her. So like you're like, your mind and your body is just your mind and soul is awake, but your body physically is in a coma state. That's so like all that brain activity. Well, it's hard to say with brain dead. If your brain is dead, then there's no brain activity. But that's the brain. But then you think about like a soul and the spirit and all that stuff. That essence is still there.
Yeah.
So here's hoping for a pull through for Miss Bobbi Kristina.
Yes.
So moving on to some brighter news.
Yes, apparently marriage is in the air.
Supposedly. Still haven't got no confirmation, but
Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj, aka Omika.
Mirage.
You know that's the couple name, Omika.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm like, really? But anyway.
That's ugly.
So apparently they are engaged. You know, Nicki she Instagrammed a picture of a supposed engagement ring.
And it's a heart-shaped, fat-ass diamond ring.
Which I think is too kitty. I think it looks too damn kitty.
And it's so big. Even from the stage, she had her hand holding the mic and it's just, bam, just glistening.
Yeah.
I was like,
and does Meek Mill really have that much money, or did she buy her own ring?
She probably bought her own ring. Now, I still to this day think that man is gay. I've always got my gaydar from Meek Mill. He just looks sweet. He just looked like he had sugar in his tank. That's what he looks like. I can't see him with like Safari. Mm-hmm. He looked like somebody Nicki should be with.
Right.
Like he was a Stone Cold. He looked like the Stone Cold Stud. You know, a street man. Meek Mill just looked like he was saying, "I'm present" when a teacher took attendance.
But you know, I feel like her and this dude, they're moving too quick.
They are.
Because I feel like they both, well, I don't know about his relationship status, but I know she's on a rebound. Like, he's her rebound. So I feel like she's just falling, and, you know, she's doing all this Instagram stuff, because she never did that with the dude she's with for 10 years. Mm-mm. So I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm happy for her that she's moving on, but I just feel like, is she moving a little too fast?
Or is she doing the right thing? Then, you know, apparently Safari has been in his feelings and supposedly leaked new pictures of her on Twitter and Instagram. Breast pics and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
It's like we ain't seen it before.
I mean, I was just about to say,
you ain't doing
just
us
watched
no favor.
only video and you just pretty much seen it all anyway.
Right. So it's like, you're not doing us no favor. Be in your feelings. But I guess I just don't like Nicki and Meek together. Like, I would prefer, honestly, even though they claim to be brother and sisters, I could see her and Drake. Her and Drake could make a better couple to me.
Now, if you thought Meek Mill was on the sweet side,
well, of course Drake. But if she gonna go sweet, she might as well go good sweet.
Good sweet.
Because Drake is good sweet, Meek is bad sweet.
No, Drake has problems, so we're not trying to put Drake with anybody.
I never fuck Wayne, I never fuck Drake.
I think Nicki Minaj needs to be with. I don't know. I can't even picture her with somebody really. I'll have to think hard about that. We'll have to get back to that.
Who do we see Nicki Minaj?
I really can't picture her with anyone.
What about somebody outside of the music?
Yeah, I feel like Nadia. I can't even think of no one, anyone in the sports world. Like, I just think she needs a regular guy who got a little something going on, but you know, he not. I feel like that's the kind of guy she needs. I don't think she needs to be with any celebrity. That's how I feel. But anyway, moving on to another messed up celebrity, Miss Ariana.
Miss Fenty girl.
Bitch better have my crack, because apparently Rihanna is on that good stuff.
That good stuff. So there's a video that surfaced last week, and it appeared to have Rihanna rubbing her nose, and she was holding something that you would, use to. It looked like she was holding something you would use to sniff crack with. Mm-hmm. So she claims that thing in her hand was a rolled joint, and that it was not a crack sniffer. And they uploaded a second video at a different angle, and it showed no traces of crack. Here's my thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rihanna robbing Rihanna Fenty. A few years ago, right after Whitney died, your father released a statement pleading for you to get help, because he said that you were heading down the same path as Whitney as far as partying, drinking, and doing drugs. So when I think of Whitney and drugs, I think of crack and cocaine. No shade, because I love Whitney. Mm-hmm. And if your father was pleading for you to get the help, that means you were doing crack and cocaine, right? Like it looked like you were doing in that video. Now, I don't know who. I've never seen Rihanna smoke a white joint. Mm-hmm. It's always a switch, like the brown was a switch rolls. That's what I've seen her. I've never seen her with a picture of a white joint in her hand. Right. And to me, when you have a rolled white joint, it's smaller. It's not perfectly round. It's not thick, and it's all twisted and whatever. Mm-hmm. This was a perfectly round little, looked like a sniffing tool to me. Right. And like when the girl was, did you watch the video? Mm-hmm. When the girl was dancing, like you saw Rihanna, like having something in her hand. She had the white thing in her hand, and they moved the camera to the girl dancing, and they put it back on Rihanna. She was doing like this, and that's why people thought she was doing coke.
Right.
Because she could have took a little sniff when the camera was out for her, and they put it back for her, and she started rubbing her nose. But the girl is, I won't call her a drug addict. Maybe she probably wasn't sniffing the crack. She could have been lacing her weed with crack. That's what they do.
Right.
So, but
I mean, I feel like she's on crack.
She looks like she's on crack.
I mean, this is my thing. We all know that she does more than just smoke weed. Yeah. But she's not gonna, of course she's not gonna come out and say, yeah, you know what, you guys call me smoking crack, because she's gonna lose all of her endorsements. So, of course she's not gonna say, yeah, I'm doing crack. Whitney didn't even say that. But eventually she came out and she said, you know,
that she
said what she was doing. Mm-hmm. But, you know, my thing is, you know, I just can't stand Rihanna personally, because I just feel like she's just bad. She's just a bad person. She's mean, she's ignorant, she's rude, and you know, she's on drugs. She don't know how to sing, and it's just too much of Rihanna where I'm just like, why do we even support you? Like, why do we even care about you? And it's just, you know, it's just sad that a lot of people, she has a really huge following. A lot of people look up to her. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to be out here trying to get they crack. You know, and because they really follow exactly what these people do. So, I mean, I feel like she's on crack. And like you said, if you smoking weed, you ain't got to rub your nose after you hit a joint.
Exactly. She probably, well, I had an itch. Like, nah, you was like...
You smoked that good old crack. That's what you did.
Or sniffed it.
Whatever you did, we know you was on something.
All right, y'all. We're going to go into our next song break of the day. It's coming from your boy Lenny Harold with Mayday.
Yes. From his new album, New Testament, coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. And stay tuned for our exclusive interview with the one and only
Gary L. Gray.
We'll be right back on Drink This Radio.
This hole in my chest, it just won't close. To know our history, but yet feels so cold. How do we easily forget the fight of those? And if it weren't for the deaths, no story could be told. Mayday, Mayday, where is the love now? Mayday, Mayday, hearts are crying out. Can't help the color you see, and why you fear me, and why it's okay to watch us bleed. The hate in your heart comes so easy. I fear what could become of all who look like me. Oh, oh, oh. Mayday, Mayday, ooh, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Yeah. Mayday, Mayday, oh, hearts are crying out. So I sit and I pray and hope for a day where tears don't fall and love will conquer all. Mayday, 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 yeah. Where is the love now? Mayday, Mayday, oh, hearts are crying now. Yeah. Mayday, Mayday, where is the love now? Mayday, Mayday, hearts are crying out.
Y'all, welcome back to the show. It's your boy Dip and B Santana on Drink This Radio.
Yes.
And you guys just heard Mr. Lenny Harold with Mayday from his upcoming album,
New Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have our exclusive interview with one of the stars of the new film Blackbird, which comes out Friday, April 24th, co-starring Monique and Isaiah Washington.
Yes, indeedy. So you guys check it out. Here's Mr. Gary Gray.
What's up, guys? This is Gary L. Gray, and you are listening to Drink This Radio. Keep it locked.
What's up, everybody? We've got Gary L. Gray on the phone.
How you doing?
Hey, we're good. We're good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Recuperating from St. Patrick's Day, but doing okay.
Gary, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. So we're going to get into things. So our first question we pretty much have is, some people may not be too familiar with your work, but you've been around for a while, like over 20 years. So what made your parents push for you to be in the business at such a young age?
I actually started doing like print modeling, and which transferred on into runway modeling. And I went to a charm school in Chicago by the name of Cleo Johnson, and they did. They actually had sort of a competition kind of goal. So they started doing competitions, and I started doing competitions, and we went to New York, and actually that competition that we went to New York for, one of the judges was a producer from The Cosby Show. And so, they instantly saw me and were like, oh, okay, well, the twins are growing up. We would love to have him come in and read for Mr. Cosby. And my mom actually didn't believe them. So we flew back to Chicago. And once we flew back to Chicago, they somehow tracked us down and gave us a call, told us they were going to fly us out to New York. And the rest is, as they say, history.
So how was it, being on The Cosby Show, at such a young age? Did you, get to process that experience, or?
It was great, yeah, and it's really funny because I remember those years, but if you ask me anything from, 6 to, 12 years old, I can't remember anything. But yeah, no, it was a great experience. It was just a big family. We spent Christmases together and, most holidays together, and it was just great, especially being out there in New York and huge city, small kid. It was just all, it was all a whirlwind of just greatness. It was really fantastic to get that kind of acting experience as well at a young age. Sitcoms, which are dying, are really I guess you could say a unique form of what we do, and it was just really good to get that experience under my belt at that age, and so everything about it was just really, really good for me, and especially to start my career off.
Yeah. Nice. Do you still keep in contact with anyone from the show, maybe Raven or someone just kind of closer in age with you?
Yeah, I see Raven every now and then, and Malcolm Jamal Warner. Though everybody, it keeps busy. And then Miss Felicia, I danced with Miss Allen for a number of years at her academy, and as you know, they're really close. And so I see her from time to time, especially if I do anything with Miss Allen. So I do keep in contact with them, and not as much as I would like to, but I think right now, everybody's kind of, doing their own thing, so it just comes with the territory.
Now, are you from Chicago? We're based in Chicago.
I am definitely from Chicago, Southside all day. What?
Chi-Town stand up. That's right. Well, we got to get you in the studio actually live in person one of these days coming up.
Definitely. I'll be there in the summer, so I'll definitely hit you guys up.
Oh, for sure. We'll be looking forward to that. Okay. You also, along with your work with the Cosbys, you have a lot of, cartoon voiceover work. Because, I grew up watching Rocket Power and Fairly Odd Parents and all that good stuff. Clifford, everything. So, what was that experience like for you doing voiceover work?
It was great. Funny story about that. I had a commercial agent, and I had to leave them for personal reasons, and I went to Arlene Thornton and Associates, which is my current commercial and voiceover agent, and asked me. She's like, "Well, do you want to do a voiceover?" And I was just like, "Oh, of course." I was like 10, so I was 10, so I didn't even know what it really, kind of took. So she gave me a script to read just to audition for her for voiceover, and it was Rocket Power, and they were looking for kids, which is actually uncommon in most cartoons. Most cartoon voices are done by adults.
Yeah.
And so I read for her for Rocket Power, and she ended up submitting that audition that I did for her, for Rocket Power, and I booked it. And so she said, "Well, now you have to kind of use me as your voiceover agent because you booked it." It was just really cool. And then moving from that to Clifford, which was just a phenomenal cast. I was there with a whole bunch of legends, from John Ritter to Kel, and it was really great. And then Fairly Odd Parents, and to say that I've been on that show now for close to 10 years is ridiculous, and not a lot of people can say that. So the experience has been great, and the voiceover world has treated me very well. So definitely really thankful for that.
That's good. Now, how easy or how hard is it comparing voiceover work to acting?
Oh gosh, it's so easy. I've gone to record in my pajamas before. So when you compare that to 6 a.m. set calls, and you're in makeup by 6:30, and you're on set for 15, 18 hours. I mean, I just had a commercial shoot where I was on set for 12 hours. So
Nice.
You compare that to going into the booth for 30 minutes to do 2 episodes, and it's just it's a whole different world.
So you think you'll do some more, work in the future? Are you like in talks with anything?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, right now it just all depends on what projects kind of fit my schedule, and especially right now with me doing my own thing. I have a couple projects coming up. It gets really to the point where you just have to make sure it was good for you, and I'm at that point in my career, thankfully, that I can do that. But it's just all about what's fitting your career path and your schedule.
You were also featured on the popular show Everybody Loves Noah's Ark. Everybody loved Jump in the Broom and all the good stuff. How was that experience, and did you find it difficult, being straight to play a gay character?
The experience is great. I will admit I didn't really know what I was getting myself into when I did it, and I mean that in the best way. I think when I read the script for Noah's Ark, I really just resonated with the character of Brandon. As far as just being misunderstood, and it just translates into real world experience. So I think that doing Noah's Ark just kind of opened me up as an actor, and opened me up as a person. And as far as being straight, I think I think people really always ask that question. It's like I took it as I would take any other role, because I'm not particularly a skateboarder, but I did Rocket Power,
Right.
So and I so when it comes to that, I tell people it was just like any other job, and I just tried to use just tried to research and use my experience as much as I could to play the character as well as I could, and that was the result. And so it was great though. I think the cast of Noah's Ark really helped me along as far as starting a new leg in my career, and really played a vital part in where I am right now. So I'm definitely thankful for that.
Yeah,
It's good.
Do you think that after playing a gay character, movie or TV, do you think it had any effect on your work afterwards, like once it was over with?
Yes and no. I think the effect that it had was really inflicted by myself. I think once I did Noah's Ark, I just didn't accept a certain quality of work. I just really didn't have any kind of I didn't have any kind of time for anything that didn't stretch me as an actor or didn't allow me to show any kind of skill whatsoever. So I think that was really the change, and now especially after doing Blackbird, which is my second film with Patrick, I think it really has just come down to that, as far as being pigeonholed or anything like that.
Nice, that's good. That's always good to hear.
And it's funny that you bring up Blackbird, because that was actually our next question. Because Miss Monique has been in the news promoting heavy, and that hits theaters April 24th.
It does, April 24th. Yep.
All right. So, is there anything you can tell us about the film? What to expect from your character? What's his name? Ephraim. Ephraim. Yeah. So, what can you give us? What can you share with us about the film?
Wow. Well, I mean, it's a film about redemption, acceptance. It's really great. It's instantly when I read the script, and Patrick, he called me and he said, "I have this role. I don't know how you feel. Please let me know if you'd like to audition." And I said, "Okay." And upon seeing it, I instantly knew that I had to do it. And the film is really about Randy, who is the main character, played by Julian Walker, who's phenomenal in his introductory debut. So
nice.
I think that it's his story is really one that a lot of people can resonate with, and it's not only about being gay. It's really, like I said, just a story of acceptance. His mom, is really religious, and she's, trying to set him upon the right path, and he's, not quite sure where he's at in life. You know what I mean? And my character, Ephraim, who plays his best friend, I'm the bad influence. And I'm telling him to do everything that he feels free to do, and it's just it's really something that I feel like everybody can relate to. So the movie, it just I don't want to give too much away, but it's like I said, that it's about that. It's about those issues and those things. So hopefully April 24th, you guys get to see it.
Oh, we will.
Yeah, that's because I feel like it's a really important story to tell, because you don't see it portrayed as much for the black community,
especially the young black community.
Yeah, the young black community, especially on a mainstream type of level. So I'm really looking forward to how it plays out for you guys. So a lot of people are saying that this is probably going to be an Oscar contender. How do you feel about that? Have you gotten to see the film yourself yet, or how do you feel about that?
I've definitely seen it a lot of times, and I probably will see it a lot more. As far as it being an Oscar contender, I'll be really candid and say that it won't be, but it won't be off of anything that as far as the quality of the movie. I feel as the Academy is not ready for that. The Academy's not ready to recognize a film such as Blackbird.
I love me some Monique. Can't get enough of that lady. How was it? How was it working with her? And did you learn, anything from working with her?
Wow, she was like the mom on set. She was incredible. Just such a great spirit. I had already had my my preconceived notions of her going onto set, and she far surpassed all of that. It was just one of those times where you hope that someone has a good spirit, and hope that someone is great on set, and upon meeting them and working with them, you get filled with so much joy off of them that you realize that even your thoughts of them before you got to set were just felt so short, and she was great.
So I gotta ask you, because I keep up to date with you, and you're pretty outspoken, on things. And I just want to ask you, Monique, has been in the headlines with Lee Daniels going back and forth over, was she blackballed or not? And what's your take on that?
You know, I just read about it the other day, and I didn't really read up on it as much as I would have liked to. But what I take from it, from what I've read, I mean, you know, as far as that goes, I think that I'm gonna be honest. I think that when it comes down to whether or not you're trying to find out who's right or who's wrong about something or who's telling the truth, you always look at who has something to gain. And does Miss Monique have anything to gain by saying that Lee Daniels, you know, did what he did, or you know, or said what he said, you know? And if the answer is no, then you know, she's telling the truth. I mean, it's a simple process, really, and I feel like a lot of people put so much into, you know, who's saying what and who's lying about this, and it's just like who has the most to gain, or who has something to gain by coming forth with this. And I don't really think that, you know, when it comes to, a lot of people are saying she's doing it just to promote the movie, which I think is absurd. But I think that when you look at it, you know, it makes sense. It happens all the time. It happens every day, especially in this industry. And I think that people really have to understand that it's almost part of how people do business. Mm-hmm. It's almost part of, you know, how people get by, you know, or get further in their career, is doing things like that to actresses just like Monique, you know, and they feel that, okay, I have one up on you. I'm going to use you because you just won the Oscar, and I'm going to make sure that you help me help you, you know, and you know, when it doesn't go their way, then, you know, you have a situation like how we have right now.
A lot of the actors like yourself nowadays, you know, you guys are triple threats. You act, you sing, you can rap and all that good stuff. So from what I read, that you also rap.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you pursue rapping, and are you looking to further that, like sign to a label or be independent, or what's that looking like in your career?
Right. I started rapping when I was younger. I mean, as early as I first moved to LA, which I was like, I think 6 was the first time we visited here. And it just really started as kind of a hobby. I was always into poetry. I mean, at age 4, I was reciting Lakes to Hughes, and I think it was always something that was in me. And my mom noticed, and she said, okay, well, you know, poetry is not a thing right now, especially in the year that we were in. So she said, okay, well, try to rap, you know, and said some stuff to music. I actually had a single release in Chicago when I was, I think I was 8. And you know, it was really one of those things that it allowed me to get out my creativity when acting didn't. I don't want people to think this the wrong way, but I really I couldn't care less, you know, when it comes to, you know, numbers or how many people are listening, because it's really now just for me. You know what I mean? I write for me. I put music out for me. And if somebody wants to listen and if somebody likes it, that's great.
Yep.
But, you know, ultimately it's doing something that, you know, especially because when you're based in poetry, I think you go about music a different way. And it's more of a release than anything. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm actually writing songs for my first actual album. Up until now, I've done mixtapes that have covers on them. So this one is all original music. I'm working with some great producers, and you know, just trying to, you know, dip my toes in slowly, basically, and see, you know, kind of see how everything turns out when it comes to doing an actual album. It will be free for release. Because I don't think I'm at that point now where I can tell anybody to pay me to listen to me. So, you know, it definitely will be. It definitely will be something good. It will definitely be something different. And hopefully, you know, everybody will catch on to it. We'll see.
Nice. When do you think that will be out? Like later in the year or next year?
You know, I've actually been writing for it for close to a year. Yeah, close to a year. Ever since my last mixtape dropped last May. And I said that I was going to have it out by the summer. At this point, I don't know. There's been so many things that have come up that, you know, have hindered the process. And a lot of things that have progressed the process. am about to start recording, because that's what my process. I never like write, record, write, record. I feel like that's such a taxing process. So I'll write 30, 40 songs, and then I'll say, okay, I'll record them, and then we pick. But I don't know. I think that right now, as far as the timeline goes, I'm hoping August. That's my goal, is August.
Nice.
So we'll see.
So also too, so since you rap, you act, you're into almost everything, and you dance. Could you see yourself on something like Empire, to really showcase, to the world, all of your different talents at once?
I could see myself on there, of course. I definitely. I'm the kind of actor or entertainer, rather, that I see myself on anything. I think I can fit on anything. I can mold to anything. Do I think that the world would see me on there? No. I don't think that, even if I, tomorrow got a new agent, I don't think that I would be selected. I'm not. I've long realized that I'm not your typical black male. I'm not what they look for when it comes to shows like that. So I've accepted that, and it's great because I have my own lane.
Real quick, just want to backtrack to your music. Where can our listeners find your mixtapes and things like that?
Right. The mixtapes. It was. I actually just found this out. They were both on HotNewHipHop.com.
Okay.
But however, HotNewHipHop.com has recently informed me that they no longer have an artist section. So any mixtape that they do not pick, aka user uploaded, they have taken them down. So I just recently learned that I'm now working tirelessly on my own website so that people can download both mixtapes on my own website and off of my own server. So unfortunately, as far as the mixtapes are concerned, there's no way to get them, but hopefully I would say in about a week or two, that will change. However, there are plenty of singles and covers on YouTube that they can go find, and if you're looking for me on there, it would be Gary L. Bray 69 is the profile name. So just GaryLGray, and then the number 69, and you can go ahead and listen to all the things as far as that I release the singles and covers and stuff like that. And you can always look it up by typing in lyrics, LYRIX, and the X is capital. So.
Okay. Nice. And one last question before we let you go. You being from Chicago, there's a bunch of, aspiring singers and rappers and people that want to break out into this entertainment business. So what advice would you give somebody that's trying to do such things?
Just keep going. I mean, I think that a lot of people really try to give advice that, they think will, have some sort of effect on someone's career. And I think one thing that I've learned is that you just don't know. You don't know, especially with this industry. You have no clue what helps someone, what hurts someone, what's good for you might not be good for this person, and vice versa. And I mean, I've told people things in the past that have completely been the wrong thing. People have come to me and, I want to get into acting, and tell them kind of the steps, and it just doesn't work for them, and I realize that what worked for me necessarily won't work for you. But the one thing that kind of stays constant is just to keep going, because a lot of people give up way too easily. And I see it all the time. People move out here to California, especially from Chicago or Atlanta, New York, and they spend a month or two out here, and if they don't get anything, or if they don't book anything, then they're discouraged. And with me, I've now come March, since March, I've been acting now for 25 years, and the only thing that has kind of kept me in this is the fact that no matter what, I just kept going. You find a way. When bills aren't paid, you find a way. When you think that it's like, okay, well, need to not have an agent, just need to get a regular job and just pay my bills, live my life. You know, don't, because the moment you quit, you quit.
So really quick, one last question. So we were looking.
Just one more.
One more. So we were looking up, and you know, there's like a discrepancy about your birthday. Some sites say you're born February 12th, 1986.
Oh God.
And others say June 15th, 1985. Which one is the truth?
Neither one of them are right.
Oh.
and it's so funny because my friend now told me that I'm lying about my age because they've looked this stuff up and they think that I'm lying about my age. I mean, these are people that I've known for 10 plus years, so it's really horrible. But the right birthday, and I've actually submitted to IMDb, this changed, and also I'm not from Yonkers, New York. Nothing against Yonkers, but I mean, I'm just not from there. No, my right birthday is February 12th, 1987. I just had a birthday. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Born and raised out there. Lived in Glenwood. Went to school in 107th at Calumet. So those facts. As far as everything else, you know, I think that I don't know who submitted that information, but they were horribly mistaken.
Thanks for setting that straight. Nice. Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
I know we appreciate it.
No problem. You guys take care, though, all right?
All right, you too.
Y'all, that was our exclusive interview with the one and only Gary L. Gray.
That's right. Make sure you go and check the website for the Blackbird film to see if it's playing at a theater near you. Mm-hmm. Support it this Friday, April 24th.
Make sure you do it. We know it's playing in Atlanta, New York,
DC, San Francisco. I'm sure some other cities too, but those are just the ones we know off the top of our head.
So shout out to Gary. Thank you for, giving us that exclusive interview. We really, really appreciated that.
He was very open. I like how he was open with us and didn't hold anything back.
Mm-hmm. Let the record straight, Mr. Daniels.
Shout out to Lenny Harold for his music for the show today.
Yes,
his new album, New Testament, will be out soon.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Nicki Minaj for her engagement with Meek Mill.
Mm-hmm. Omika in the building.
Omika.
Bobbi, Kristina, we still sending our love and our prayers out to you for recovery very soon.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Rihanna for being a crackhead.
Oh. And shout out to all the fools and idiots trying to do the KylieJennerLipChallenge.
OMG.
Just stop.
Shout out to Ariana, Grande, and Big Sean.
I feel like they're going to get back together. I mean, because now the classroom ain't going to have a pizza party.
Shame. Now, it's getting warm outside, Gary. Summertime's on the way.
Yeah.
And we be waiting on that visit.
Yeah, so Gary's going to visit the Drink This studio live in person.
So, yeah.
Over the summertime when it gets warm.
Yep. So, listening, Gary? We're looking forward to that. Can't wait to meet you, bro. Again, thank you guys for listening to Drink This Radio. Dimpin' B. Santana.
Out.